Good afternoon everyone. This is Dr. Shapna Yasmin, Head Department of Psychology. Today I am going to talk about the theories of emotions. So now we are going to see the types of theories of emotions. Emotional theories, types of theories of emotion. Emotional theories varies in terms of what they focus on. The major theories of emotions can be grouped into three main categories. The first one is physiological theories, suggest that responses within the body are responsible for emotions. So if you talk about physiological, automatically the responses will be your bodily movement, the emotions what you feel during the time of fear. And if we talk about the neurological theories, it proposes that the activity within the brain leads to emotional responses. So, if neurology means whatever it happens, automatically lead to the brain's activation only. And third one, cognitive theories argue that thoughts and other mental activities plays an essential role in forming emotions. So these are the three types of theories of emotions. Now we are going to see the first and foremost one, evolutionary theory of emotion. This theory suggests that emotions have an evolutionary origin. Naturalist Charles Darwin, that you all know, he was a father of evolutionary theory, proposed that emotions evolved because they were adaptive and allowed humans and animals too. So normally every person we can able to show some sort of emotions. According to the evolutionary theory of emotion, our emotions exist because they serve an adaptive role. Normally emotions, if we show that emotions, that it automatically adaptable one, it learned one in birth one. So we can show some sort of adaptive role. Emotions motivate people to respond quickly to stimuli in the environment, which helps improve the chances of success and survive and reproduce. Normally emotions motivate people to respond to the stimuli of the environment. So what kind of stimuli that you are facing in the environment, it helps motivate, emotions helps according to that. So it improves the chances of success and survival. So how you are showing your emotions, that is very important, and it automatically how you are surviving and how you are reproducing yourself, that also plays a major role in emotions. And next theory we are going to say is James Lange theory of emotion. According to James Lange theory of emotion, an external stimulus leads to a physiological reaction. Your emotional reaction depends upon how you interpret those physical reactions. So what James Lange trying to say is, normally whatever the stimulus externally that we are facing, automatically it leads to the physiological reaction. So it happens in your body movements, automatically it happens to your body. So your emotional reactions depends upon how you interpret those physical reactions. So that emotions also showing how you are showing your physical reactions, that based upon your showing of emotions. For example, suppose you are walking in the woods and see a grizzly bear, you begin to tremble and your heart begins to race. So normally everyone knows that if we see any bears in the unexpected areas, automatically we started trembles or automatically we started getting nervousness, anxiety, that all shows in our body. So that makes our heart beat fast. So James Lange theory proposes that you will conclude that you are frightened. So what he is trying to say is, according to your emotions and physiological reactions, he is concluding that you are frightened, that is, I am trembling because I am afraid, I am showing nervousness, I am showing anxiety because I am afraid. According to this theory, you feel frightened because you are trembling. So next theory we are going, now we can see the examples for this James Lange theory of emotion. If we are going on a path, we see that external stimulus, that is a dog, it is an external stimulus. It started barking once you saw, then automatically our physiological responses, that is the heartbeat increases, our heart rate started pounding the heart rates increases, and our emotions automatically, it is a fear that we started get fear, that was the emotions that we naturally used to say, and our activities like be shouting or running or whatever it may be. So this is an example of James Lange's theory of emotion. Next we are going to see the Cannon-Bard theory of emotion. According to the Cannon-Bard theory of emotion, we feel emotions and experience physiological reactions such as sweating, trembling and muscle tension simultaneously. So how we have seen in the James Lange theory, the same way Cannon-Bard theory also talked about the same type of emotions. If we feel emotions and experience physiological reactions, so both the same at the same time, okay, if you feel the emotions and automatically experiences the physiological reactions such as what happened to our body, that physiological reactions such as sweating, or started sweating, trembling, our body makes nervousness and muscle tension simultaneously. So Cannon and Bard theory suggests that the physical and physiological experience of emotions happen simultaneously and that one does not cause the other. So what both of the personalities trying to say, Cannon and Bard, both of them trying to say it, physical and psychological experience of emotions may happen simultaneously, but it does not cause the other one. That is what they are trying to say. And if you see the examples of Cannon-Bard theory of emotion, if you see the dog or wolf or whatever it may be, the perception, how you are perceiving, and the activation of specific regions of the cerebral cortex, automatically the physiological reactions happen, that is that cerebral cortex, that is a neurological, especially in thalamus, that is cerebral cortex, it started activating, and example, automatically your bodily changes, that is increased heart rate and mood pressure. Once you have you couldn't be able to control your heartbeat and your mood started, blood pressure, your blood started lead to high, and your emotional feeling is fear. Because of the fear, you may have to show your body like of tension and a kind of nervousness, a kind of anxiety, that also leads to your increased heartbeat and blood pressure, etc. So this is an example of Cannon-Bard theory of emotion. Next theory is Shatter-Singer theory. Shatter-Singer theory is a cognitive theory of emotion that suggests our thoughts are responsible for emotions. So what he is trying to say is purely based on cognition, that is your thoughts. Whatever you are thinking, that based on what you are thinking, that reflects your emotions, that reflects in your emotions. According to Shatter-Singer theory, proposes that people infer emotions based on physiological responses. The critical factor is the situation and the cognitive interpretation that people use to label that emotion. So normally whatever that emotions you are inferring, it shows in it based according to your physiological responses, that is your heartbeat, your anxiety, your nervousness, based on that your emotions will shown. So cognitive and interpretation that used to label that emotion. So what you are thinking and what you are responding, how you are responding shows your emotions. This is what Shatter-Singer theory mentioned. Okay. Next theory is cognitive appraisal theory. According to appraisal theories of emotions, thinking must occur first before experiencing emotion. So what it is we can able to see in this theory. So before you are thinking, you must show your emotions fastly. Okay, thinking must occur first before experiencing emotion. So what you are trying to show in your body, before that you think, that is your cognitive plays a major role than your emotions. So Richard Lazarus was a pioneer in this area of emotion, and this theory is often referred to as the Lazarus theory of emotion. It is also called as cognitive appraisal theory. This cognitive appraisal theory asserts that your brain first appraises a situation and then resulting responses in an emotion. So what he is trying to say is, whatever that the reactions that you are facing, the stimulus that you are facing externally, first responses would be from the brain. So brain, the thinking first comes, after that your emotion, it shows in your emotions. So once you thought the fear is going to come, you are in a danger situation based on your thinking, and automatically you are started getting fear, you started showing your nervousness, you started showing your anxiety, everything. This is what the emotions that you play after your think. According to this theory, the sequence of events first involves a stimulus followed by the thought, which then leads to the simultaneous experience of a physiological response and the emotions. I already told. So the sequences, first one is the stimulus, that is external stimulus. If you have seen, means automatically it comes that I am going to suffer something, I am going to be in a danger, that you think, that comes across in your mind, and then automatically to experience a physiological response. That response is like your brain, that your heartbeat started fasting and you felt nervousness, and the emotions, that emotion type of, what type of emotions that you are facing is anxiety and your fear, everything, that type of emotions you started facing. This what mentioned in the cognitive appraisal theory. And next theory is facial feedback theory of emotion. The facial feedback theory suggests that emotions are directly tied to changes in facial muscles. So how you are showing your emotions in the face, it shows in your, it might be in your facial muscles. That is what they are trying to say. For example, people who are forced to smile pleasantly at a school function will have a better time at the event than they would if they have frowned or carried a more neutral facial expression. So what the examples that I are trying to say is, if you have been forced to smile in the school event, but automatically you may have the frown or your normal facial showing some kind of rigid facial expressions normally, but you have been forced to smile pleasantly in the particular functions or something else, then it automatically changes according to your facial muscles. That is what the facial feedback theory, what you are trying or what you are showing, the change according to your muscles. This is about the facial feedback theory of emotions. And next we are going to see, compare all the theories. The first one is James Lange theory, that is an external stimulus. If you see the snake, then automatically that antineural stimulus happen, it is a physiological reactions, it leads to emotions, that is a fear that you have shown in your body, in your faces, expressions, you may have shown the fear expressions. I feel fear because I tremble, because I felt very bad, I have seen the snake in front of me, so automatically I felt afraid, I felt fear, I am tremble. Next, according to the Cannon bird stimulus, that we can see the same snake, and the multi responses that you can show, that one is ANS and another one is simultaneously you can show the physiological reactions as well as the emotions. So physiological reactions is like your heartbeat raising fast, anxiety, everything, and emotions also comes under your anxiety, your fear, everything. So what is that trying to say it? I tremble and feel fear at the same time. Okay, so if I saw the same snake, I feel tremble and fear at the same time. And next, Singer theory, stimulus, whatever that we have the external stimulus, and it leads to physiological reaction as well as a cognitive appraisal. First, it simultaneously happens both in the same thing. Once you may show your physiological reactions, and then once you have your cognitive appraisal, that you are thinking something is going to happen, that is you are going to face a danger, so it shows in your physiological reactions, and then you show it in your emotions, that is a fear. I suppose I am trembling because I am in scared. Okay, so I automatically I am in trembling. Trembling means I felt very nervousness. I felt very I couldn't be able to stand properly. So that's because of the scaredness. It all show everything in a simultaneous way. And the last one, Lazarus, he also talk about the external stimulus, and it leads to cognitive appraisal. So that what you have been thinking, that once you have seen the stimulus, the thinking comes in your mind, that is what cognitive appraisal, and then you may have shown your emotions, that is your fear emotions, as well as your psychological reactions that may happen at the same time. Okay, your emotion, you will show your emotions and psychological reactions at the same time. And so what they are trying to say is, I think this is a dangerous situation, and that is why I am afraid or trembling. So I am facing a dangerous situation, that is why I am very afraid and started trembling. My body started trembling. This is what all the theories that we have seen. And finally, thank you for everything.